So I finally got my family and everybody moved down to Arizona and got the house organized a little bit. Still all kinds of projects to do on the house. But I have been collecting. That's a good way to look at it. So when I was younger and grew up in Las Vegas, I had four-wheelers and dirt bikes. But then when I started having kids and moved to Washington, there wasn't a good reason to have that stuff anymore, so I kind of sold it. But now that we're back in Arizona with plenty of places to ride, and I want my girls to experience motorcycles and stuff, this is what I've been collecting. So the first thing I got was this Yamaha Ttr 90. My wife knew about it, but the girls didn't, so when they first got down to Arizona, they were surprised with a little motorcycle. And a couple weeks later, I got this CRF 150. The Yamaha's in pretty good shape. It was running good. This one's not bad. I got it for real cheap. The girls like it because it's got pink grips and pink levers, but it needs a little bit of work. So I'll work on that one. Then a couple weeks later, I found this one. It's an XR 400. What does it say, Chloe?
O'Neill.
It says O'Neill on it. The sticker. So those two run. This one doesn't. I got it for real cheap. So I'm going to pull it out here and start working on it and see if we can get it running. And I'm going to walk around it and show you what I've found so far. It's an XR 400 and it came with this box of parts. So there's a front fender, exhaust, handlebars, air cleaner. I wonder if there's jet kit in there, probably not. Oh, extra hand guards. I don't know, box full of stuff. Then it came with this stand. And I told the guy, nah, I'm good, but then I took it because I was like, oh, whatever, but it's for sitting the motorcycle on. And I'm glad I did. So, Tim, I'm glad you got that stand, but I could really use it right now. Right now, I wanted to just show you that in South Prairie, which is up in Washington where we used to live, it's 74 degrees. And here, it's 100 degrees, which is pretty cool for here, right? It's not that hot, right, Chloe D?
It's hot.
So I'm gonna do a little walk around of the things I know that's wrong with it. The guy hadn't started, and he said he had a mechanic neighbor that was trying to help him, but you can see these big scratches that they were moving something and the kick starter runs into the foot peg right there, so I got to move that in. What else have I found? Oh, the throttle won't even turn. So I don't know if it's the carburetor or the cables or the twist throttle or what. So we'll figure that out. Since I wasn't sure, went ahead and bought a carburetor kit for it. So that's what that is. Hand guards are broke. I don't like them anyway, so they're coming off. I don't know what this is. Zip tied wire. I don't know. Plastic's a little old and faded. No big deal. Fork boots are ripped. No, they're not ripped. They're just twisted. Twisted real bad. So fix that. This hand guard's not broken, but it's coming off anyways. Took the factory tripometer off and put a little endurance tachometer thing on it. So it's been skidded on a little bit right there. What else do I know? Oh, it's got two flat tires. The oil drain bolt is stripped. And that's one of the things that was a selling point for me, is he couldn't get that out and he didn't want to sell it to anybody that couldn't get it out, and I could just weld a nut to that dude and it should probably come right off. So that's no big deal. Let's get into the air box and just see what it looks like. I've never opened this thing. Oh, it's got the factory paper metal canister filter, so I'll probably change it. Oh, no, that's a K&N. Yeah, that's a K&N. That's what was in that box over there. Yep. So I'll probably just change that out to a foam filter. What else do I know that's wrong? Oh, so it's got this White Brothers like Super Trap style pipe on it. Not sure what that's going to sound like. We'll see. But the header and everything is aftermarket, because there's the factory header factory header there. So I think that's an upgrade. So let's see. I think I'm going to start pulling the plastics off and get into that carburetor and see what I can find. So there wasn't enough gas in the gas tank to spill, but when I tried to pull this hose off, and when I took the hose off the petcock, it broke. So that's what I've got to look forward to is that. But anyways, let's see what's in this thing. Whew, it stinks. See that? It smells like deck stain and sagebrush. Whew, pretty bad. Choke works. See if I can get these cables. Well, the cables are moving, so it's the carburetor. I wonder if I'm going to take it out and clean it and rebuild it because all that junk that was in it, but so I was going to take this whole throttle cable mechanism off, take these bolts out and stuff. And then I saw this, just one little screw holding this clamp on there, so I'm going to use my JIS, Japanese Standard screwdriver, and try to get that screw out that's a little bit hammered already. So we'll see what happens. Oh, came right out. Ain't no thing. Well, good. It's not all corroded in there as bad as I thought. I was gonna open this and be like, "Holy crap!" It's not that bad. She is stuck. Give it a little jolt. Plastic hammer. Not a steel one. Shaft turns just fine. So that slide down there is stuck. Why is that slide stuck? Ooh. That's gross. That is bad. Ew. Oh, that float doesn't want to move. There we go. Float's moving. This is gross. Can you see this? It's like tar on there. This might be a whole new carburetor deal, or I wonder if I can get one of those gallons of carb cleaner stuff. You just stick your carburetor in and let them soak. So I went down the auto parts store and got this Berryman's chem-dip carburetor parts cleaner. So we're gonna throw this dude in there. There's the bowl. Here's the float. Here's all the needles and valves stuff. You can't even, when I first opened it up, the float wouldn't even move. So let's see how well, I wonder if this will even fit in there, how well this works. Pretty dark already. Is it supposed to be that dark? I thought it'd be, maybe it's, let's see what color it is. Yeah, look. Did I get a used one? Did some research while I was gone for a second there, and turns out it is this color. So I'm gonna get this whole thing in there. There we go. All the way submerged. Okay, we'll let that sit for an hour and come back. So it's been about an hour and 15 minutes. Let's see what this looks like. Probably just needs a little rinse. Pull the rest of this up without getting it everywhere. That looks a lot cleaner. Let's see if the slide works. Nope, still didn't break that loose. I'm gonna let it go. I don't know if you guys can see that. Still got some gunk down in the bottom of there, but. So, the license plate on that says 2010, and it's 2022. So, I don't know if 2010 was the last time it was ridden, but that's the last time it was registered. That's 12 years, so if that gas sat in there for 12 years, I expect it to be a little nasty. All right, rinsed it off in the water out front. I'm gonna dry it off a little bit, spray some WD-40 on it so it doesn't rust, who knows. So I sprayed that little cavity full of WD-40, propped it up on that screwdriver because there's a hole back at that back end, but now I'm gonna let it soak while I'm letting the other piece finish, so see what happens. So the WD-40 that I squirted in there before dinner is now gone, so it went somewhere. Let's see if this thing will move. I doubt it, but let's see what happens. Nope. Float pin. Float. Oh man, that's still nasty inside the needle and seat. I must have custom bent that wrench for something at one time. Ugh. Dude is gross. This is the idle jet, I believe. So now I got the needle. You see this? Get the needle sticking up through there. That's hooked to the slide. Since the slide won't move, I'm afraid I'm going to bend that needle. So I think this is going to go back in that bath for a while again. Maybe even overnight. See if I can break this loose. Because this is supposed to turn, and it will not turn. So I pulled it out of the chem-dip, and it still won't turn. So I cannot get that slide loose. Don't know why. It won't come loose. So I'm going to go rinse it off with some water, spray it down with WD-40, and let it sit. Hopefully I can get it to break free so I don't have to spend $600 on a new carburetor. No, $400. Oh! I don't want to put nothing on there and pry on it because it'll bend something, break something. Nothing. All right, so I'm going to end it off there. Thanks for watching. Hope I get it fixed. Wish me luck. So if I'm being honest, I was getting a little frustrated with this thing. And I took a screwdriver and pried it up. I don't know if you can see that. I got it to come up. So, the night's not over. Oh, she's coming out. Oh, I got it. Oh, good. Sweet. It's just varnish. I bet you that crap will come right off of there. You see that? It's just varnish. Okay, I'm not going to soak it overnight because I think it might be too much. But I will come out in the morning and soak this again. Sweet, that's good news. I'll be able to sleep good tonight.